How do you feel about your final preseason tour?
It was good. It was good for us to be able to deal with some adversity early on, especially on the road, communication, things like that. Feed off the defense energy, and be able to capitalize on the turnovers that we got. Definitely with the exchanges with the running back. I know. It's a little bit different, and it's a lot that goes into it. It might seem small, but it's a lot that goes into it. But we're going to clean that up. I feel like if we could have took care of the ball, we could have made some sustained drives and drove it down. But outside of that, the plays was good. We made some plays overall, and we kind of moved the ball. Got guys, we kind of touched the ball and things like that. It was good to see David go up for that corner route for the touchdown. So overall, I think it was good for the final tune-up, and we cleaned some things up to get ready for Week 1.
This is the third game in a row the defense scored before the offense did in the preseason game. How do you feel about the way the defense is looking?
I think they're fired up. I think the energy is good from them starting with the front all the way to the linebackers to the secondary. And I think that, coaches making sure that they're, ready to play when they step on the field. And if we can continue to score on defense, I think we can win a lot of ball games because eventually, the offense, we're going to have our opportunities to score. So if we can score on both sides of the ball, I think that's going to benefit us.
Obviously, you guys haven't shown a ton in this preseason. So how excited are you, and how do you feel about how this first-team offense is going to perform when you roll it out?
It's going to be great. It's going to be real great. I think, Kevin is, like I said, he's been on the edge of wanting to call some things, but there's a lot of things that it's going to look very, very different. So, we got 2 weeks or however 10 days to, get that tuned up and ready to go. And, once September 10th comes around and Cleveland Stadium, it's going to be, fireworks, and that's the plan. Don't hold anything back and just let it all loose and just go out there and have fun doing it.
How about your touchdown to David? Just take us through it a little bit. And do you feel like he's just going to be huge for you in the red zone and the end zone this season?
Yes, man. I think he's that guy, that valuable player down there, big size, fast, can jump, that can make a lot of plays like he did today in the red zone. And on that play, he had a corner route, one leverage on the safety, and the corner stayed down on the receiver. So it was a one-on-one matchup and put it out far enough where the safety can't make a play. And David did a good job of going up and getting it. And that's what we like to see from him. And just continue to encourage him to build confidence that he can make those plays and he can be a factor down there in the red zone.
What do you think's going on with the kicker?
I think that's a Kevin question. We all here for Cade, and we want to continue to encourage him, continue to build his confidence. Me as the quarterback and as the leader of this team, I'm behind Cade, and I think if you ask anybody else in that locker room, they're behind Cade, and we're going to continue to pull them on. And I think outside of that, I think Kevin can answer the rest.
Deshaun, the play you made to Amari there on that second touchdown drive that you guys had, how much does that sort of kind of take us through that play, and how much does that kind of show what your elusiveness, what your legs can provide for this offense by keeping plays alive?
Well, that's the key of the game is, I play a little different style than most quarterbacks. I think it's starting to, come in the NFL. You got Mahomes and Lamar and guys like that can move outside the pocket too. But, when I get outside the pocket, I'm not really looking to pretty much run. I'm looking downfield. So, I think teams got to respect the legs, and once they step up, the idea is to have somebody go deep and get a big play. So, whatever I can do to continue to stem plays and make it positive is good.
How do you feel with DTR now being the number 2 back up to you?
It's good for him. It's a good opportunity for him to learn, to continue to grow, and continue to, build a little bit more, have a little bit more responsibility for himself. And, he's still there answering questions, and I'm still coaching him as we continue to go on. And I think, it's going to help me, be able to make sure if he has any questions, I'll make sure that he knows. And you never know. This game it's a tough game. And sometimes, injuries and stuff like that happen, knock on wood. But you never know when it's time got to come up and to help this benefit this team.
So close to Dobb, do you know if he was shocked by this trade?
I think, the way I can answer that, of course I know the answer, but, it's a great opportunity for him. And I think he knows that, heck, he can be the week 1 starter for Arizona and make his career from this. And I think he knows that. Kevin knew that, and AB knew that. And, he's down there with familiar faces with Drew and that staff on the offensive side. And, Dobbs is a guy, he's a competitor, and he's a guy that can, adjust on the fly. So I'm excited for him, and I was actually just talking to him in the locker room because he watched the game. So I was asking him questions about, different things. But I'm excited for him and want nothing but the best and all up for him.
In terms of those, those deep passes to Amari, they're not always the highest percentage type of completion, but when you hit them, obviously it does great things. So, what's your approach to that? Are you guys going to just kind of be explosive and take chances and fire away, and sometimes it's going to hit?
Yeah, you have to take chances in this league. The schemes, the defenses, and the offense, especially the offensive side with these teams are good. So if you don't take your chance to try to be conservative, that's when you kind of get behind the eight ball. And we don't want to do that. We want to be able to take our chances and give our receivers and our playmakers a shot. And we're going to take our chance. We believe that they're going to make more plays than not. So. With Amari, he's still coming along, and it was good for him to be out there today for the first time in the preseason, and to build that everything that he's been waiting for this upcoming year.
Is there one thing you think between now and Cincinnati that this is what I need to focus on to be best prepared for that opener?
Just get 1% better each and every day. I think that's the biggest thing. Not so much of just focus on one thing. It's everything. It's still operational, still fundamental, still always getting back to the basics. Never getting too comfortable, never getting too, forward and thinking that you already made it. And, we're excited, and we did a lot of good things, but there's a lot of things that we got to continue to, fix and make sure we're ready for week one for a good Cincinnati team.
With the fumbles,
Two more.
you really haven't had an opportunity in preseason, at least not in the games, to have those exchanges with Nick and Jerome. How confident are you that it will be seamless when you have to do it for real on September 10th?
I think it was just, I think the confidence just comes with experience. Having that experience last year with those guys during off season, during early on in training camp, and then just with those guys understanding the system. You can't fault anybody that haven't played in the system and getting their first opportunity to go out there and start a game in a big time with the ones. So things can be a little bit rushed and things like that, but you just got to continue to go.
I forgot to ask you about Jakeem Grant. I know you guys have really loved working with him this whole entire preseason, and he's looked really good. How badly do you feel?
I feel terrible for him. I feel super bad. He worked his tail off to get back, from the injury last year, and this was, his first play back in 2023, and something like that happened. You don't wish anybody that type of injury or any type of injury. So, like I said before, we're always there for our teammates and our brothers. He's probably, I'm not sure what the injury was, but we're going to be there supporting him, and hopefully he can come back even stronger and have his opportunity whenever that time comes. So praying for him.